In this video I will tell you all about the strike that happened with ITV back in 1979. So let's get started. So I'm going to tell you about the ITV strike that happened back in 1979. So let's get started now. ITV had been entertaining people who had been watching the channel for years with Coronation Street and Emmerdale and other TV shows, entertaining people with those shows. But in 1979, people who worked for ITV were not happy. Also, ITV was the first channel in the UK to show advertisements or commercials, as you call them. Also, they weren't happy because of the amount of money that they were getting paid. They thought they should be getting paid more than they actually were getting paid, and some of the workers were getting really annoyed. Now, ITV has different franchises. They don't really have these different franchises anymore, but back then they did. They had Granada from Manchester, STV and Grampian from Scotland. They had Thames from London. They had Yorkshire Television from Yorkshire, and a few more across the UK. And these ITV franchises would see something happening to their channels that hadn't really happened before. I mean, there was a strike back in 1968, but ITV put out an emergency service, meaning people watching could still, get ITV, and there wasn't a big strike really that would stop it. I mean, a few years before that, there was another strike near the beginning of the 1970s called the Colour Strike, where all the ITV franchises still showed programmes, they just showed them in black and white and not colour because of the Colour Strike. And this thing that happened in 1979 affected most of the different ITV franchises, but it didn't affect channel television. They were a smaller channel, and they were worried that if they went on strike, they might lose a lot of money and then have to shut their channel down. So people were not happy who were working for ITV. So this is what happened. There's some of the ITV franchises, as you can see there. They're not all there, but there's some of them. So what happened was, each ITV franchise went off the air, one by one, but not channel television, because they didn't want to lose money, because if they went off the air, they might lose money and not be able to continue being a channel, because they're a smaller channel. But all the other ITV franchises all went off. Thames, Border, Grampian, STV, Westward, Channel, Granada, TVS, lots of them all went off the air. And when they went off the air, a caption came onto the screen like this. So this is what started to happen once all the franchises except CTV went off the air. People tuning in to any of these ITV franchises were met with this. Because of the present industrial dispute, we are sorry that there will be no programmes on this channel today. We will give you more information when we can. That's what they got. But Yorkshire Television, one of ITV's franchises, also got this other message. We are sorry that ITV is still off the air. Here is a police message. If you think you could help to catch the Yorkshire Reaper, please telephone Bradford. And there's the number there. Okay? I don't think that number's still in action, but there it is. And that's another message that they got. Okay? People at ITV tried to reason with these workers that walked out because they wanted more money, but nothing could be done. There wasn't even a ITV emergency service sort of thing put on like they did back in 1968. They had an emergency broadcasting thing. It just went off for about 11 weeks. 11 weeks, that's a long time. I know lots of people were annoyed, but BBC 1 and 2 were still operating, and I think they were happy because that meant that they were getting more viewers watching their channels. When the big ITV bosses decided to pay their workers who had left a bit more money, that's when the workers decided, that's it, we're coming back. And they came back to work for their regions and their different ITV franchises. And when ITV came back onto the television, for a short while they had an emergency service thing put in place. And they had a song, and the caption on the screen said, "Welcome home to ITV." Here is the song and the caption. Although ITV franchises weren't in action, ITV still had something to show. People were still able to see their programmes even if it was an emergency service. But soon, the ITV franchises would come back. Thank you for listening to this, and if you have any comments about it, put it down in the comments. Thank you.